10 News at 10.
Her character. We didn't forget it. It's not missing. It's that when it comes to the defendant's guilt, it doesn't matter. All that matters is what the defendant did on June 10th of 2015.
Compelling arguments from Greene County prosecutors today before a jury found Nicholas Godejohn guilty of first-degree murder. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Heather Lewis. Tonight, we know Godejohn will spend the rest of his life in prison. Colin Lingo was in the courtroom for the verdict. He brings us the dramatic closing statements that led the jury to its decision.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Nicholas Godejohn, guilty of murder in the first degree.
Before delivering the conviction, jurors were urged by the defense and prosecution to consider the case they've seen laid out this week.
She manipulated this situation in so many ways.
For the defense, this meant convincing 12 people that Nicholas Godejohn was a pawn in a game played by Gypsy Blanchard.
Now, let's get one thing straight. Who wanted Claudine Blanchard dead? Who? Gypsy did. Gypsy wanted Claudine Blanchard dead. And but for that simple fact, we're not here.
For the prosecution, it meant convincing them Gypsy's role is irrelevant.
Her character. We didn't forget it. It's not missing. It's that when it comes to the defendant's guilt, it doesn't matter. All that matters is what the defendant did on June 10th of 2015.
It was the prosecution's argument that stuck.
You selected this for a particular purpose. He didn't just want to kill her, he wanted to terrify her. That takes thought and planning.
As it was the one that sent Godejohn to prison for the rest of his life.
So, Colin, you were actually in the courtroom when that verdict was given. What was the mood like there?
Everybody on pins and needles, or at least I can speak for myself. I was certainly on pins and needles. I feel like everyone else was too.
Felt the tension.
You could hear a pin drop for sure. You could also hear journalists just going crazy on their keyboards trying to keep everybody updated. That was about the only sound, though. When that conviction came down, the two family members Nicholas Godejohn had in the courtroom, his father and his cousin, who came down on a bus from Milwaukee, instantly frustrated. You know, they were in probably despair. Nicholas Godejohn didn't seem to have much of a reaction at all, but that was sort of how that went.
And I understand that Nicholas Godejohn, or the defense, asked a request before he left.
Yeah, that's right. So the defense asked on behalf of Nicholas Godejohn if the defendant, Nicholas Godejohn, could hug his father goodbye before going to prison for life. The judge said he was not allowed to allow that. So he had to wave goodbye, as you saw there at the end of the story.
Very interesting. Okay, well, Colin, thank you. And, of course, Color 10 has been in the courtroom all week as this trial unfolded. You can find coverage from each day on ozarksfirst.com. Our Jesse Inman will bring you a wrap-up of the week and any new information we learn tomorrow at 9 and 10. And be sure to follow Color 10 on Facebook and Twitter for the very latest. We continue to bring crime into focus. Another arrest